Woo! He's back.
Happy Thursday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. Of course, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply. At participating locations, visit circlek.com for details. I'm Anthony Totri.
I'm legitimately crying.
You're
right
crying.
Now.
You're
I
crying.
laughed so hard that now I'm crying.
Do you want to share? Do you want to?
No, I don't think I can. Some things just have to stay off the show.
Yeah. No, I think that's 100% fair.
I think we're gonna have a show today.
I think so too. Just for all those
Bryson,
just
okay.
tuned in for the first time. This guy right here, that's Erik Ruby, also known as Chicken Little,
Also known as
the dumbest person alive. We
Amen.
got the Deli Man just firing up the grill as always behind the Mac. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Man, a lot of tummy troubles must be a new nickname.
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah, I figured.
How are you doing?
I'm here. I'm alive. We're pushing through, and we'll see what the next hour entails.
Do you think you're gonna be able to make it?
I think I'll be able to make it. I think throughout the day there have already been some moments where I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to. Sean, likewise, happy Juneteenth to you as well, brother.
One of the all-time clips.
Yeah.
All-time
If
clips.
you missed it, this was a clip and a moment from about 3 years ago, I think, at this point, on the PHNX Sun Devils show. If you have seen that clip, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't seen that clip, then that will be at the tail end of today's show.
Are we playing it?
Yeah, we'll play that.
Oh,
clip.
I didn't realize that we were. Actually
We'll play
playing
that
it.
clip at the tail end of today's show. But we are going to be talking about Jake Fette today because he reaffirmed his commitment to Arizona State. He is over at the Elite 11 camps going on right now. Before we get into what Jake had to say, Rubus, it is Spirit Week here at PHNX and ALLCITY.
And I just want to say we have done something awesome, but we have the opportunity to do something even more awesome. Collectively across ALLCITY this entire week, we set out to raise $10,000 for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. And we smashed it.
We did.
We smashed it. We have already raised over $10,000. We have like an applause sounder or something. I feel like we got to hit like an applause sounder or something. We have raised, as of right now, $11,000. We need to do more, though. This is a big day. The only theme today for Spirit Week is Big Brothers, Big Sisters Day. This whole entire day across all of ALLCITY, all of PHNX, we are focusing on raising as much money for such a wonderful cause here. So many amazing donations in yesterday's show. Raised about $150. Thanks everybody in this show. Let's try to match that.
Let's double it. Let's double it today.
I don't know if they got it in them.
I think Chat's got it.
That's a big number, but you know what? We have an awesome chat. We have an amazing community of diehards. Do not donate through Super Chats. There's a donate button under your chat box, so go ahead and hit that donate button. If you do donate, we'll give you a shout out. If you donate anonymously, we'll shout out anonymous. You'll at least know that it's you. So thank you all so much for already contributing towards the $11,000 and doing something good.
Yeah, doing something great.
Amazing.
Doing something great, amazing. All of the words, in all honesty. Joshua in the chat saying the Kenny recruiting train is not slowing down. Go Devils. Yeah, Jake Fette, of course, a guy that's been committed to Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State for some time now. Class of 2026 quarterback, a top 10 quarterback, nationally ranked in that class of 2026. Like I said earlier, he is over at the Elite 11 quarterback camp going on right now. And I don't think that there was ever really any doubt that Fette was going to be staying at Arizona State. But Jordan Ham, 360 Sports AZ, got the chance to speak with Fette, and this is what he had to say about his commitment.
I'm completely shut down, so no matter who comes at me, I'm going to ASU. That's my spot. I love the staff and the people out there. I'm completely shut down.
Like you said, I didn't necessarily have any concern, which is interesting because I feel like if you were to ask me, should you ever feel 100% confident in a high schooler staying committed to your school, I would advise most people to not feel that way, right? I would say, no, you can't, usually. I know that in some cases that this does happen, and I think you'll see more and more of these cases with Arizona State and Fette being that leader in a class that we've already seen. We've seen a couple big-time commits and then big-time decommits and people switching around, but throughout it all, there's never been even a rumor for Fette. There's never been a story about him visiting another school that I've seen, and that to me speaks a lot to him in the fact that they're trying to establish this culture here at Arizona State. And I think he sees what Sam Levitt is doing and what maybe the opportunity will be for him to come in after that and say, like, I'm 100% focused on this place that's also 100% focused on me.
Yeah, I think that is, again, you bring up the point that Kenny has made when kind of talking about commits and recruits going and visiting other schools, right? Is like, if you're committed to us, we're also 100% committed to you, which I don't think is always seen in the terms of like recruitment cycles, where it feels more so like, oh, coaches and stuff are just kind of waiting on to see how many kids they can get. But it's the truth, right? If Arizona State or any number of these schools goes out and adds a quarterback, or they add 2 quarterbacks in a class or 2 running backs, then realistically they're done looking elsewhere in that recruitment cycle for that specific position. So for Fette not only to say this something, privately, which he could have easily done. I'm sure he's already done to school saying, hey, sorry, like, I'm already committed to Arizona State. But to go out there and say it publicly as well, I think speaks volumes, not just to his commitment for Arizona State, but also like the understanding throughout all of the commits and recruits, right? We post a lot on the social account, and to see some of the commits for the class of 2026, 2027, that retweet the stuff or that comment on the stuff or share the stuff, just like it, right? Like, that goes to show just, again, kind of how deeply rooted they are in staying Arizona State Sun Devils. Yeah. And again, this is not just some one-off random commit. This is your quarterback, likely of the future.
Where is he right now?
Yeah, at an Elite 11 camp. Number 8 overall quarterback prospect in that 2026 class by 24/7 Sports. He's a top 5 Arizona State high school quarterback commit this century. And somebody said it in the chat, like, this is hopefully a point where Kenny can kind of just build the identity of like, hey, we build quarterbacks here. We send quarterbacks to the league.
It's the identity that he's built to get to where he is now. I don't see any reason why that should stop.
Bo Nix, Jordan Travis, the list goes on.
I mean, and you talk about Sam Levitt this past year, but go look at Trenton Bourguet, right?
Yeah.
And go look at some of the performances that he was able to put on, during a season that everybody will consider lost in 10, 15 years from now, because they'll only be focused on the good seasons that followed. I mean, we're talking 400 plus yards in a game. So his touch with quarterbacks and his ability to make them just better and to almost revitalize some people too, where Sam Levitt comes from a situation where he's not playing.
Yeah.
Right. And you look at what happened with Bo Nix as well. And so if you can get that identity and also get success from all these other positions and have investment in an infrastructure in a beautiful city, and then there's a top 10 quarterback who's like, I'm going to get top tier weapons on a top tier stage with a top tier coach in a top tier city.
Yeah.
Let me go be the top tier quarterback.
Yeah. And not just a top tier head coach, right? Like a top tier staff. I think that's something too that gets overlooked when it comes to the recruitment cycle, where it's like, okay, they're committing to a head coach in the program, but realistically, like it was such a big statement this offseason for Arizona State to retain the coaching staff, to retain Marcus Arroyo, to retain a Hines Ward and a Brian Ward, and the list goes on and on of really high-level assistant coaches that are at Arizona State, because it builds consistency year over year, right? Like, imagine if Sam had to go into this season with a brand new offensive coordinator and likely a brand new offense, right? You have to relearn everything.
Yeah.
Terminology, like even the little things that go into being a Division I starting quarterback. So for him, I think for the young guys already on the roster, like a Dyer or like a Tollefson or any of the other backups that are on this roster, like when Fette gets here and there is likely a quarterback competition after Sam leaves, they are going into it with the same system, right?
Yeah.
To where it at this point, when the quarterback competition actually starts, it's just about who's better, right? Like
Which is why, like, if you're Cam Dyer and you're here for a year, even though you're injured, right? If you're sitting and studying this offense, which of course I'm assuming that he's doing, right? And you have the pedigree that he has as a 2-time New Mexico Gatorade Player of the Year who played wide receiver and quarterback, right? And you know that Jake Fette is on his way. And you know who else knows that Jake Fette is going to compete with Cam Dyer? Jake Fette.
Yeah.
They're both prepared to compete with each other, and Butter as well. Like, there's no running from competition here, right? That's what the last person to do that was basically Rashada, right?
Yeah.
Is Sam Levitt shows up, Rashada leaves, Jeff Sims comes here, quarterback competition
stays
embraced,
here, by the way.
and stays here. Jeff Sims still stays here, and now you're looking at what could be a 3-person race for quarterback next year, all with good pedigrees from high school.
Assuming Sam doesn't return.
Assuming that your Heisman candidate quarterback this year doesn't
goes
return,
to the NFL,
right?
Yeah.
So you can take that, and if you see that type of mentality as a quarterback, and what really reassures to me is the fact that he's not leaving. I mean, you look at or even checking out another school. You look at like Israel Briggs, right? Who's a tight end who was committed to Arizona State, who was the top recruit in the class, and then eventually flips to Michigan after taking a
Did
visit there.
he commit to Michigan?
I'm pretty sure he went to Michigan. Did he not?
I have no idea. I stopped following Israel Briggs after the announcement that he was no longer going to be an Arizona State Sun Devil.
A little off topic, Totri. We talked about this yesterday.
Oh, he hasn't committed yet. No.
But with, what was it, Nylan Scott? Is that his name?
The wide
yeah.
receiver? Yeah.
That-
Nayland Scott?
Yeah, that's going to take a visit to Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that? Is he probably gone?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I think when is that official visit? Did it say? No. I think there's probably still some time for that to get resolved. But you know, if Kenny is being consistent and everyone's being consistent with the way that recruits have been handled in the past, then ultimately a visit would likely mean that you are no longer
right.
a part of that.
And I think
class.
that's why Fett specifically says what he says.
Yeah,
which is 100% shut down. So correction on Briggs. His final 2, he'll make a decision next week, is LSU and Miami, right? But if you're Israel Briggs and you're looking at this tight end room at Arizona State, you're not walking in here guaranteed to be tight end 1. You're not walking in here guaranteed to be playing.
No,
right?
Absolutely not.
Especially you look at like AJ Ia, and I'm not saying that Israel Briggs is afraid of competition, but what I'm saying is to look at this room or to look at a room that has these future prospects that play the same position as you and that are already there, that you're going to have to go in and take it from. You got to have a certain type of confidence, and to be a quarterback, to see that, to shut down, say I'm not considering anything else, and I'm walking into what's going to be a healthy competition, and I feel like I'm going to be the best. Like, that's the type of mentality that I want in a quarterback.
Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right, and I think something that maybe again gets glossed over in this conversation of Fett is you've got the whole coaching staff, you've got the entire regime, you've got the competition in place. Like you got the fact that this is now a championship caliber program, but you also got to imagine like these guys are looking at the roster, and when Fett gets here, there are still a number of weapons that are going to have eligibility, right? You're looking at a guy like Zechariah Sample who hasn't played a ton right now, but he is a damn good weapon. I believe he clocked like 22 miles an hour the other day running. You've got a guy in Jaron Hamilton who has still got a ton of eligibility left. You still got Noble Johnson that has a ton of eligibility left. Like you have a lot of players and athletes, point blank period, that we're just, I mean, that's just in the wide receiver room.
And that's just on the team right now.
Exactly. Like you mentioned the AJ, Jaden Fortier, and some of the other guys that are in that tight end room. I mean, the backfield.
Half the recruiting class.
You know the backfield is going to be loaded, right? So like that is now a point of emphasis if you are this coaching staff and you're trying to make your pitch to quarterbacks, not just in Fett, but for the future, right? Of like, hey, why do you want to come play for Arizona State? Well, we've got consistency and carryover year over year in the systems, offensively, defensively. We're keeping all of our coaches. We talk about culture, but maybe you push that to the side. But if you are a high-level quarterback, what do you want? You want consistency, and you want to play with also high-level talent.
Yeah.
If I'm a 4-star quarterback, I want to play with wide receivers that are better.
Why do you think a lot of these teams pile up 5 stars? Right? Obviously, there's a money part of it, but hell, man. And if I'm a 5-star wide receiver, you know who I want to play across?
I want to play with a 5-star quarterback.
And another 5-star wide receiver that takes the attention off
100%.
of me.
100%.
Right? I think that when it comes to the consistency and everything, like that's great. And the only kind of check mark that Arizona State is missing when it comes to a high schooler looking at this process and feeling like, okay, front to back, like I know what I'm getting. Success on the next level. And that's why it's so important for Cam and to have success on the Giants, and for Sam to play well and end up being one of the top picks, if not the top pick in next year's draft. Because if I'm Jake Fette, and I think somebody said in the chat, Glenn might have been saying Fette doesn't even feel like he would leave if he doesn't win the job freshman year, even though he has every reason to do so.
That's the type of recruit that they're getting now.
Right. And if you are the type of person who has these goals, like Fette should walk into college football being like, I need to be my best here so that I can go to the next level. If you're in the Elite 11, you should be thinking about the NFL like as a career path.
Yeah, 100%.
Not guaranteed. Like you're not, definitely not guaranteed to stay, but you're a top 10 quarterback in the country coming out of high school, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's on the table. So if I'm him and I have the chance to leave, but I see Sam Leavitt just went 1-1, and Kenny's helped so many quarterbacks have this great amount of success. Why would I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I stay, try to win that, and then maybe not play the next year and say, okay, well, I'm going to stay and I'm just going to play this year. Like Sharon even mentions it about not thinking that Sam will stay, but that Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels impressed NFL scouts because they were older and spent more time in college fine-tuning. Yeah. As NIL happens and as these opportunities to stay in college, instead of being a late round draft pick, become more plentiful. If you're a high level quarterback, you might not want to leave a system even if you don't get to play there immediately. And so that could be something where, hey, maybe Cam Dyer is ready to go to the NFL and Jake Fette's waiting for him to step in when he goes. Like that's on the table here.
Yeah, John says, I don't think Sam will stay either, but I think he will be a starter right away in the NFL regardless of whether he leaves after next year or not. I think that's certainly an interesting point, right? Like, I forget exactly. I think it was Ben Coleman, when we had him on the other day, had actually said it, where it's like, and he's obviously in a much different situation than Sam is or the Scat was, but like because NIL's here, because of revenue sharing now coming to college football, right? Like you don't have to make that jump right away. If you don't feel 100% ready to go to that next level, or you don't like where you're projected, in reality, I'm going to come back. I'm going to be, in Sam's case, a millionaire for another year of college football. I'm going to milk everything that I possibly can out of this opportunity. Let me go win a championship, like a national championship. Let me go win the Big 12 again. Let me establish myself as the greatest quarterback in Arizona State history, which is certainly on the table if he does what we think he can do. And then let me go to the league and do what I need to do. Right?
It'll be there.
Yeah, it's still going to be there.
The only reason to even rush it at this point is because you start the clock on that massive NFL contract, which, again, is still very, very big in comparison to what you're going to get at a tough NIL deal.
Now I think it is a little bit less important when it's like, okay, in the past we were talking if you get paid, or we were talking such just minuscule amounts of money. Now it's like, okay, I can maybe take that one extra year. I can refine my game. I can hear what scouts are saying in terms of like, okay, where do I need to improve as a player? I can still be somewhere I'm comfortable with a staff that I know. I can run this program. I've got still a bunch of talent around me. I can mentor these young bucks. I can make a couple $1 million a year.
That's the big part
it doesn't sound like a bad opportunity. Years ago, yes, I would have understood that opportunity. Now, I still don't believe, with all of that said, that's more of the devil's advocate in me. I do think Sam will ultimately declare for the draft when it's all said and done. But again, we're getting so far ahead of ourselves, and there's still like, this is off the heels of a conversation of like, okay, if Sam doesn't come back, well, guess what? You've got a number of 4 stars. You've got a New Mexico 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year, and likely
whoever the hell transfers in,
one older transfer that has started somewhere else.
Jeff Sims can find some eligibility.
He can't. He can't
just
find
in the
any
back pocket.
eligibility. He can't.
COVID year.
I think the COVID years are done. I think they're done.
You know what?
Those out.
You know, I'm glad that dragged on.
Yeah,
it did. I don't need to see.
It was hard, man.
I'm doing a lot of NBA draft like scouting right now for the Suns, and especially for the second round.
For the actual franchise?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, hey,
Huge.
I have about just as much experience as the GM. I'm just as a GM. He has like 30 years coaching. But it's not shocking to me, but when you go and you start looking at some of these guys' stats, it's like half the second round picks have literally played like full on stats, 5 years of college, and just seeing that in the box score over and over and over again. Not like, 5 years, but 1 year they played 2 games and averaged 1.6 points per game, right? It's like, oh no, you were starting or playing for 5 years of college basketball. It's just like, damn. Like, and you're just now coming out.
Well, that's the era now. That's what you're getting. Glenn's got a question for the Deli Man, saying AJE Rhino package ?
The Rhino package never got off the ground, so
It
we
didn't.
don't know what the Rhino package is.
Is he a rhino? I don't think he's a rhino. More of a giraffe.
No,
No, he's not a rhino, dude. Marcuston Douglas.
But he's not a giraffe either. He's maybe a hippo.
The hippo package.
I would love for somebody who has no idea what is going on or this is referencing to try to decipher this conversation.
No, he's not a hippo either.
So this is for
like
quick
if AJ
reference.
is listening right now, like, why the hell did that guy just call me a hippo and the other one called me a giraffe?
For quick reference, last year, Shane and I had made a bet saying that if Marcuston Douglas, who in my estimation felt like the size of a rhinoceros,
baby rhino,
Yes.
like that's how just big he looked out there. If he scored 10 touchdowns, and I think we told Dilly this when we had him in studio.
We did, and he gave me a look, and I was kind of scared for a second.
That if he scored 10 plus touchdowns, which he did not, I don't even think he had 10 catches, that we would get a baby rhino tattoo.
Matching baby rhino tattoos, yeah.
Matching baby rhino tattoos.
I still think we should do it.
I think you should do it too.
Get matching baby rhino tattoos?
On the forehead.
You can't, you got to be a part of this.
No, I do not.
I think you do.
I
do.
don't. Imagine if my first tattoo was
I
a
forget you don't have any.
baby
You don't have any
rhino
tattoos.
tattoo.
Shane didn't have any tattoos either, though.
That's way more a Shane tattoo than it is an Eric tattoo. The
What a
rhino-
cool, what a cool
baby
tattoo!
Rhino tattoo.
I feel like you're
yes.
saying that offensively.
No.
Yeah,
not
to
cool.
himself.
I'm not cool. Yeah, I'm not cool enough to pull off that.
He's like, I feel like that really cool idea would be more of a you thing and not a me thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
are we
that's
putting
true.
a pin in the baby
No,
hippo
I think you guys
package?
need to put a needle
There's
in
a
your
better-
skin and get a baby rhino tattoo.
Nice, Ruby.
Thank you.
I think we need to take a break while I think about this.
Okay, well, we can do that, guys. Let us know the AJE package. Is it a hippo package, also a rhino package, an elephant package? We'll discuss on the other side of this quick break.
All the package talk coming up next. All right, let me tell you about Branded Bills, the total package when it comes to headwear. You want your brand to stand apart from the crowd? Well, get custom snapbacks, truckers, fitted beanies, or tees. They've got you covered with performance and style. We talk so much about the performance, but I also want to talk about the style. One of the things that always stands out when you read a Branded Bills read is that you're like, I can wear it on a date. And I think some people think, wear a hat on a date? What are you? 12? And it's like, no, like it actually looks good.
Were you 12 going on dates?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a better word, but I couldn't. The thing is, the Branded Bills hats are so sleek. They look so good. They're high quality, and you can get your own custom logo on it. Like we have our own custom PHNX hat, which means you can wear it around at work and be like, hey, I'm representing the company.
Company man.
And if you are a company person, or maybe you want to represent your fantasy football league or whatever, an intramural team, a men's league, women's league, baseball team, whatever it is, you can represent it with Branded Bills. Head to brandedbills.com. Use code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. And of course, we love supporting local companies, and they're so brave doing partnership work with the Phoenix Suns.
They're so
brave.
and the Arizona Wildcats.
Well, I mean, that's just more like literal charity.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Look, we got game 6 of the NBA Finals tonight. Who takes it home? Lou Dort and the Thunder, or TJ McConnell and the Pacers. Regardless, you guys should head over to Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Enjoy the action over at their BetMGM Sportsbooks. Again, at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. I got the perfect night for you guys playing. Maybe you stop early, get yourself a steak dinner. You enjoy the entirety of the game at the sportsbook. You win a little money, and then you flip the winnings. You take them straight to the gaming floor. You win on some slots, some table games. Then you check in and you have yourself a night.
And you buy your bestie a steak dinner.
And
too.
you buy your bestie a steak dinner.
Which
is that
me.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm buying you a steak dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I win, and Lou Dort cashes in, then we're chilling. Then I'll buy all of us a steak dinner.
Oh,
sound good?
beautiful.
Sound good? Guys, Gila River Resorts and Casinos. One thing you always got to remember is you do you when you're at Gila River Resorts Casinos. Make sure you visit playatgila.com for more details. That was you okay? Just making sure.
Well, I'm a little disappointed.
You're disappointed.
A little disappointed.
Yeah, you're disappointed on that next topic. Yeah.
No, not about the next topic.
Really?
No.
I'm disappointed on the next topic.
Well, we're not getting there yet. No donations yet today.
None? That's unbelievable.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm floored.
You're floored?
And I know we had such a great day yesterday. This same Mike with a $70 donation, then a $7 donation to represent 70 to 7.
I like that.
Sharon donated yesterday. We had a lot of donations yesterday. And I really do appreciate that. But this is a big, big day. Let's try to get to 15K across the company. We're at 11K right now. Every single dollar helps. There's a donate button for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America on the bottom of your chat. If you're watching this after the fact, not live, you can still donate. This fundraiser does not stop today. It's this entire week. And if you're listening on audio, there's a link in the description. So get involved. Help out. It's a great cause. And there are some awesome people in here that I know have already donated. And if you're trying to make an impact and do something good, this is a very
great.
It's a very easy way to do that today.
100%.
That we're doing you a favor by making it easy to be a good person. Look at that.
Yeah, do your daily good work.
Yeah,
right. That's all you got to do.
Try to do one good thing daily and
hit that button, man.
Make it this.
Just hit that button.
Okay, I want to keep stalling. I don't want.
Yeah, I know that's fair. Well, we can keep stalling. B saying that Fett is really close to being graded as a 5-star. Unfortunately, it is really, really difficult to go up from a 4-star to a 5-star. Simply because they only give out 32 of those every single recruiting cycle.
So somebody has to drop.
Somebody would have to drop down.
Yeah.
So we'll ultimately see if Fett gets that 5th star. I would say that is far from likely.
I will say Kyle Allen went to an Elite 11 camp and
balled out,
and then he became a perfect prospect.
It's possible. It's possible. I think Chris Cartman of Sun Devils Source actually had tweeted out how Fett was doing in some of the drills. Yeah, he said Fett was 12th in accuracy and 8th in pro day simulation scoring out of the 20 quarterback participants yesterday by Elite 11's staff. So
it upsets me that it's the Elite 11 and there's 20 people there.
Yeah. You'd want it to just be 11.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
what
Elite 20. I guess you could call it E2.
E2
with a little 0 or something.
Yeah,
that would work. We should start our own quarterback camp.
We should. Yeah, we know a lot about it. I think it'd be really funny, although sad if Cartman was just he hasn't completed a single pass the entire time. He's throwing the ball backwards. He lost a hand. It's all going off the rails.
Our 4-star quarterback lost a hand. That's tough. That feels
Erik, like a very Arizona sports thing.
Erik.
Sorry.
Don't say that.
Sharon saying you guys can talk about the July 1st uniform teaser if you want to avoid the next topic of conversation.
That is true.
We could do that.
Exciting
we could definitely
stuff.
do that.
They don't miss with unis.
Let's get this out of the way, then we can talk about that after.
Okay, that's fair. We'll spend a very short period of time on this unfortunate next topic, something that we have talked about quite often. It feels like over the last month and a half, and that is Devin Fitzgerald, the son of Arizona Cardinals legend Larry Fitzgerald, obviously a Brophy wide receiver, a local guy, 4-star wide receiver. Arizona State was making a push to get him and add him to the class of 2026. He has released his top 4. Arizona State is not included in that top 4. Clemson, Notre Dame, UCLA, and Stanford are in Devin Fitzgerald's Final 4. Obviously, you wish Devin the absolute best. If I had to make a guess, I would say Notre Dame feels like where he would go based off of the opportunity and stuff there. The UCLA and Stanford ones are a little head-scratching to me, considering their lack of success over the last half-decade. Clemson, I could also see. But, I mean, if you're going to go play for a winner, you're not going to do it at UCLA or Stanford.
He just wants to look like his dad and wear navy and gold.
Where does dad go again?
Pitt.
Yeah, but if he wanted to look like his dad, he could have gone to the same school.
Well, no, but they don't wear those uniforms anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
They wear the cobalt blue and the bright yellows.
I saw that, and this is obviously a very smart play by Notre Dame's recruiting, but they had Fitzgerald on campus. They had Thomas Davis, the former Panthers linebacker, his son, and Jermichael Finley, the former Packers tight end, his son. All 3 of them were on the visit to Notre Dame together.
I went to Thomas Davis's bar. He opened
a bar?
Charlotte. Yep.
Wow. Thomas Davis, Chargers legend. Played a single year, I believe, for the Chargers before retiring. But that's tough. That is tough that Arizona State, especially on the heels of we're making a push to get more local recruits, doesn't land in the top 4 for a kid right in their backyard.
And we don't know why, obviously. It's tough because we just spent, literally a week straight talking about local recruiting.
Yeah.
So it's poor timing, but let me also be the guy who says this is not the end of the world.
No.
It would have been nice. He would have been your guy in this class, and that would have been a big win. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that it doesn't suck.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these things can come down to, okay, maybe you started your push a little late. Maybe he wants to go to a different state.
Yeah, which
right?
is totally possible.
Wants to get away from his pops. Not because to him, Larry Fitzgerald is dad.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, that's my dad.
It's Papa.
Right?
Papa Fitz.
Papa Fitz. He's like, so I don't want to go and play at Pitt. I don't want to stay in Arizona.
Nobody wants to play at Pitt.
I want to go to California. I want to go to South Bend, right? Dad,
I want to go to South
Bend.
Yeah, that's what I was saying for such a long period of time.
Like, you sit your child down and you're like, okay, now, we're going to go on vacation this summer. And I know you really, really, really.
South Bend, Indiana. Sign me up.
You really want to go to someplace fun. So we got us tickets to Disneyland. Like, I wanted to go to South Bend.
Yeah. Good old Mishawaka.
Not
man.
even in season.
Yeah. No.
Just for the scene.
Let me tell you, Devin, if you want to go to Notre Dame, that is totally fine. I'm sure you'll go succeed. You'll go win. Shane can attest to this as well. South Bend, Indiana sucks. It is by far one of the worst places that I have ever been. Just living wise. It's the only place that I've ever been where I'm literally driving. I'm on the phone with somebody. And because it is so damn cold and there's so much ice and snow that I'm driving and I literally see somebody just sliding. Their car is just drifting and sliding across the road. And you can't do anything about it. But if that's where you want to go play ball, they got a great football team, a great football program.
Great campus.
Beautiful campus.
Awesome stadium. You walk
great
out.
Dome. It's a great golden dome.
Great golden dome. You literally walk outside of the campus, not even a block, and the rural neighborhood areas are sketchy.
Yeah, it's Mishawaka.
When I was there, I was sleeping on the RV a couple nights there, and one of the other guys that was also living on the RV with me, his family was there for the weekend because he went to Ohio State, and it was an Ohio State Notre Dame game, and so he went to go stay with them. So I was on the bus by myself, and it was the first time, so I was like a little sketched out, and I knew like that area wasn't the greatest, didn't really know much about it. They were out at somebody's house that night, and there was a shooting 3 houses down.
Yeah, there's those do happen.
And I was by myself on this bus. I was horrified.
Yeah.
You keep that thing on you.
No, I don't. I do not.
South Bend, Indiana.
No thing on me.
Yeah, it's a place. It is a place where they play ball.
Where do you think he goes?
I think he goes Notre Dame. Notre Dame, or honestly,
I could see Clemson.
I could see UCLA.
Well, here's the thing: UCLA and Stanford kind of feel so out there that you have to think that there's a strong chance he picks them. Right?
I don't think Stanford stands a chance. I really don't.
I don't know. Is he
now with Andrew Luck there? Andrew Luck, he's got Frank Wright.
True.
I forgot Frank Wright is now like the head coach there. Maybe like
plus,
make Stanford great again, man. Maybe that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe like he really cares about the education part.
Mm-hmm.
Like really cares.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Most future NFL stars do.
You never know, man. He might be.
Yeah, he could. If he does, then again, Notre Dame. I feel like Notre Dame and Stanford are like king there.
They call
I think
UCLA
regardless,
the Notre Dame of California.
He is going to have, I think, a really, really outstanding college career wherever he goes. I think him and his family have set him up for success, and he's obviously worked his tail off to get here. But it definitely does suck that he's not going to ASU.
Not the end of the world.
No, because Arizona State's not going to see any of these 4 schools unless they're in the playoff.
Well, no. I mean, obviously losing to U of A would have been the worst.
Yeah, if he would have gone to U of A, I would have needed to sit down with Papa Fitz.
But you know what? At that point, it's like, that's a red flag. So, bullet dodge.
I guess that's fair.
Right?
I guess that's fair.
We are about halfway through the stream.
Yeah.
No donations.
No donations.
What's it going
to take?
So here's what I'll suggest. Erik lost a bet yesterday to the U of A guys.
Yeah.
And he has to wear a shirt of their choosing on one of the programs in the next couple of weeks. Totri, what are you willing to?
Listen, man, I want to put something out there. I have put a lot on the line over the years on this show. I feel like
I just don't. I think you say that all the time, and I don't think you have.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, we put a 24-hour stream on the line.
Yes,
we did that.
Okay, awesome.
I put a buzz cut on the line
for
Arizona State.
You literally walked in and said I was going to do it anyway.
For Arizona State basketball.
I know, but
did it.
But be honest with the people. You wanted a buzz cut.
Like you were going
I
to
wanted
get
to see it. No, I didn't know. I didn't know that I was going to do it. Or not. I put it all in the hands of Bobby Hurley.
Yes, you wanted to do it. So what's the other one?
Those are the things.
Yeah,
those are big things.
Two things. One,
those are big
one
things.
thing
You're right, Bees. We do have Jaron Hamilton.
That is very fun. And the other, that
what are you going to put on the line? You didn't put anything on the line since your hair was dyed years ago.
I dyed my hair.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Years.
And now I'm back on the show.
So
let's put something on the line together.
Okay.
Come on, brother. Walk with me.
Okay, where would you like to walk?
Let's walk.
You tell me.
Let's walk.
Let's get suggestions in the chat.
Desert Stro donated a like.
I mean, that's huge. It's huge.
$100.
Guess what?
Baby rhino tattoos.
No.
Dang it.
Any suggestions? I'm listening to suggestions in the chat for
$100, and we have to do the hot chip challenge.
I've seen some visceral reactions.
$100 for a hot chip challenge.
Let's do it.
$250 for a hot chip challenge.
$250 for a hot chip challenge.
That's the hottest chip in the world.
$100. You two switch jobs for a show.
Okay, can do that.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do that.
No, Glenn, not Speedos. How about if we hit $500?
I'm not doing the Speedos.
Come on, for 500 bones.
I already did.
For 500 bones.
I'll wear.
Do you care about that children?
I'll wear a sleeveless hoodie. You can't turn that on me when you just dump the entire thing. I'll wear a sleeveless hoodie if we get to 300.
300 bones?
Yeah. We got to buy the sleeveless hoodie, so you also have to buy that for me.
I'm not buying. This is company money here, buddy. You think I'm buying this chip too? That's not happening. But
maroon dyed beard?
Would
you dye your beard maroon?
No. Do you guys understand? Like, if you've never had anything dyed, it does not feel good. Like, it hurts. And especially my face.
I got my entire hair dyed.
We'll see that later in the show.
Oh my God, we will.
We will. We absolutely will. So there you go. If we get $250 in donations, Shane and I will do the hot chip challenge.
Donate.
If we hit $300, which is an extra $50, this guy over here, the dumbest person alive, he is going to wear a sleeveless hoodie, potentially a Speedo.
Not a Speedo.
If we hit a band?
If we raise a band, I'll wear a Speedo.
Come on,
wow.
guys.
I'll wear a Speedo.
Tweet it out. Tweet it out.
Here.
Tweet it out right now.
If we raise $1,000,
okay,
$2,000,
$6,000. No. Let's see here.
$1,000.
If we hit $1,000 donation,
I gotta start running again
right now on the PHNX Sun Devils show.
I don't know if I want that out there. Actually,
no, it's gonna be there. Eric Ruby.
I think people might take away money.
Will wear a Speedo
when.
No,
I don't want that. See, I don't want that.
What?
Just say Eric Ruby will wear a Speedo and we'll just go
on the show.
On the show, sure. On the show.
I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I'm not saying no. Not happening.
Swimsuit.
He's gonna tweet it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that'll do it. I think that right there will get us
$1,000 in the next 23 minutes.
I think it's possible.
Well, we're gonna go 2 hours today.
No, as long as I'm on the show, because I'm walking out of here too.
Okay, we're gonna tweet that.
We gotta go to a break.
I'll retweet it.
Is what we gotta do.
Okay, we'll go to a break and then we'll get to my personal favorite segment that we have here now at PHNX. Guys, discuss the donations. And we'll be back on the other side of this quick break.
Divvy it up.
Look, I will tell you what. Watching the PHNX Sun Devils show while Rubus is in a Speedo and we're doing the hot chip challenge.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds like a nightmare.
It sounds like a bad trip.
Will only get better if you guys have some pure edibles. Rubus, I know you and we are edible connoisseurs, you especially. Neither one of us likes edibles that taste like
Does
weed.
Anybody?
I guess that's fair. Nobody does. But when it comes to pure edibles and their gummies, they taste like candy. It's actually pretty ridiculous. And the best part, in my personal opinion, is they're not covered in sugar like all their competitors as well. They offer gummies, kicks, which are their version of Starburst, chews, soft candies like caramel, and hard candies as well for everybody in the nursing home. Plus, Pure offers gummies for sleep support as well as candies with uplifting effects derived with unique cannabinoids such as CBN, CBG, CBD with marijuana-derived THC. Sleep support or uplifting, which one are you going with?
Sleep.
Yeah, I'm with you. Sleep support, 10 out of 10. The uplifting ones are great as well. Make sure you go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of the over 130 dispensaries across Arizona.
It's so easy to spend money. Why not making it easier to save? Like, come on, Mountain America Credit Union makes it so easy for you, especially now because of the rewards credit card purchases that you get double points on until July 31st. That's right. They're helping out more than 1 million members through their 100 branches throughout the West. It's an easy way to stretch your dollar. You can go and buy things like gas, groceries, travel, home projects, and literally anything else. There's not like, oh, you can't do it at the comic book store. No, you can spend money anywhere. You get double points. And you can exchange those points for travel rebates, gift cards, and event tickets for a limited time only. Take advantage of it while you can. You find details at macu.com/double. Loans are on approved credit. Offer can change or be withdrawn at any time. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. We have a $1 donation from Glenn.
Let's go, Glenn.
$999 more dollars to go for me to wear a Speedo. $249 more dollars for you and Shane to do the hot chip challenge.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the hot chip challenge.
You don't have a brave tummy.
I do not have a brave tummy. I've missed one day. I've almost missed 2 days now.
Yeah, you were a game time decision today.
I was. I woke up today not feeling very good.
But you're it's the finals, like Halliburton. You're fighting through.
Yeah, there was no chance I wasn't going to play today.
Right.
Like,
a show like today.
Yeah.
Frosty Takes like
for
today.
For the kids. Like, come on now.
If there was any day for you that you had to show up,
it was today.
It was and yesterday.
It was,
but you weren't there yesterday.
I wasn't there yesterday.
Then I went on. By the way, dominated. We might have lost the donation competition, which, by the way, it's because we set the bar so high that they felt like they had to. But I also dominated the PHNX Wildcats podcast. They tried to not talk about football, and I got us to talk about football for 90%.
That's huge.
Of our time on there.
That is absolutely huge.
It was truly and genuinely the best. All right, let's see here. We know what time it is. It's a Thursday.
Ooh, is that the brown? Is that the Pop-Tart?
No, it's the Pop-Tart.
Wow,
one.
that looks so good.
Oh,
what'd you get? You got like a fudge one almost.
Dude, that's like a chocolate swirl.
That is huge.
Well, I guess it's time, Totri.
It is time. It's time for Frosty Takes, of course, brought to you by Wendy's, my favorite segment. And I feel like we have done Frosty Takes that you have done in the past that have been ice cold, that I have done in the past that have been ice cold.
Still going to be a Sun Devil.
But we haven't done a Frosty Take for the Deli Man quite yet, which is why, Rubus, I love this take so much. So without further ado, Deli Man, I think it's time to put you on blast here.
But this isn't just for this year. As I said, this is a building block. This is something that is different than it has in the past. It's not like you're going to grab, a couple high scoring, high volume guys from a different school and they're going to play 1 year and they're going to be done. No, you're grabbing 5-star freshmen who, even if they're not as good as you thought they were, they're 5 stars. And if they're not as good as you thought they were, could be a blessing in disguise, and they're here the next year also.
Yeah.
Like, this roster is ridiculous right now. And it had to be. Again, it had to be. We've talked about this. Like, we're not our Bobby Hurley glasses are on. Our Sun Devil glasses are on.
I mean, how can they not be?
But they're not so deep on that you're looking at this roster and saying, yeah, this team's winning the Big 12. No, you had to bring in this type of talent.
Yeah, you had to take swings
and depth to compete in the Big 12. Now you know what they're doing? They're going to compete in the Big 12.
They did not compete in the Big 12.
They did not. They did the opposite of compete in the Big 12.
So Sharon's wondering when that was. That was the Joe Santanin flips to ASU emergency pod.
I will say, though.
A year ago.
This isn't a Frosty take. At no point did I say they were going to compete.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Play it again?
No,
at the very end, you said
no. I said you had to do this if you wanted to try to compete in the Big 12. At no point did I say this roster is going to compete in the Big 12.
Sorry, I mean the Pop-Tart Frosty? Delicious, by the way. You said they're not going to win the Big 12. You said they need to do this to compete. And then the very last thing you said.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to it. Going to it.
Was, and they're going to compete in the Big 12.
But this isn't just for this year. Keep on that you're looking at this roster and saying, yeah, this team's winning the Big 12. No, you had to bring in this type of talent.
Yeah, you had to take swings.
And depth to compete in the Big 12. Now you know what they're doing? They're going to compete in the Big 12.
You're right.
You were talking. I cut that because of that part. If you did say that, I wasn't going to cut
that. To be fair, you were talking before we came out of that right when that was happening. So I didn't hear the last sentence.
Sharon, this was leading up to last season.
Whoops.
Glenn saying, wow, imagine compete in a conference is a hot take. Such a low bar. How sad basketball is. You're not wrong, Glenn. You're not wrong. The Frosty Take is just that Arizona State
would have been halfway decent in basketball with,
competing.
with the top 3 recruiting class in the country. Dude, I was going back and I was looking at that because I thought yesterday was Thursday, so I just woke up yesterday and just started looking through our videos. And then Leah's like, hey, dude, this will be great for tomorrow when it's actually Thursday. But I found this in the beginning of the show was Arizona State now has the number 3 recruiting class in the nation. And I was like, holy crap. Like, that feels so long ago.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, Shane. And I was there. I was there with you. You know, I was kind of backing you up here. I was definitely on your side. I'm glad we didn't cut anything from what I had to say. I don't think that I probably said anything too outlandish. I have been very, very
a lot of the conversation was like about it was about like Sandin specifically and talking about like what he did in high school and like what he projected to be.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be great at St. John's.
And that's the thing is like I don't really put a lot of last year on him.
No.
So I didn't clip anything that was like Josan Stan's gonna be good and be like, ha ha, loser. Like that was really the only like team-based take.
His Frosty is so good.
Dude,
which one do you have?
I think it's the Oreo one.
Dude, the Oreo one F's. This one is delicious. The Pop-Tart one, man. There was word on the street that, you know, all the Frosty Fusions are amazing, but I had high expectations for the Pop-Tart one. Somebody I know had the Pop-Tart one. They said it was good, but it didn't match my expectations. I'm here to say that's BS. This thing is delicious.
I mean,
next year
you match Pop-Tart with Frosty. I mean, gold.
Next year when we're doing our Frosty Takes, let's just make this easier. So on Juneteenth, we can look back and grab our Frostiest takes from the year. Let's give a hot take each right now for the upcoming ASU athletics season.
Oh, here, I'll just say something that I don't even believe, but we could just clip it in a year from now.
No, don't do that.
Something that
Bobby Hurley will sign a record-breaking 10-year contract extension with Arizona State after winning his way to the Sweet 16 behind Trevor Best's Big 12 Player of the Year performance.
I got one. Molly Miller in her first year is going to lead Arizona State to the Final Four here in the Valley.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe that. I think they could do that. I 100% think they could do that.
Dude, women's hoops is so top heavy.
I'm here for it.
Final Four is big.
I'm here for it.
That's crazy.
You're telling me you don't believe in Molly Miller?
I mean,
that's what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
Then say you believe.
I believe Molly Miller. I think Molly Miller is going to lead this team to a top 4 finish in the Big 12.
Final Four.
Mine is Sam Levitt wins the Heisman. Jordan Tyson. The Heisman. Jordan Tyson comes in 3rd in the Blitnikoff voting.
Okay. What do you got, Rubus?
Your Arizona State Sun Devils.
It's going to be a natty. I know. I know he's going to say it.
Will be in the Final Four of college football.
Okay. How about all 3 of these things happen?
I mean, I'm down.
Will you wear a Speedo on the show if all 3 of those things happen?
No, that's reserved for $1,000.
I think we need to talk about the fact that you want to see him in a Speedo so bad.
This is my co-host here, man. He's got pasty white legs.
We still only have $1 in donations.
That was very unnecessary. This is my co-host. His legs, they blind you when you walk outside because the sun reflects off of him.
This is my co-host. He's dumb and he's got really white legs.
And pasty. And you wonder why I wear sunglasses on the show sometimes. It's because the lights that we have, they're not that bright, but when they reflect off of his forehead, they get right in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, pasty dumb boy.
Jesus. I mean, that's just insane.
Oh my goodness. I love this segment. I really, really do. Guys, Wendy's, of course, are putting a twist on a classic with those all new Frosty flavors. Find your new fave flavor and clock in for a sweet treat anytime, including midnight or later, or refresh on a classic. You know it's got to be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's locations. Hours may vary by location. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. You hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everybody hopping on today on a Thursday, listening on audio as well. I feel like we've gotten through a lot today, but we do have a snake draft. We didn't do a snake draft on Wednesday's show, so we are going to do it today, and it's going to be a very special snake draft. I will tell you why right after our final break.
That Frosty was so good. I just want to celebrate by laying on the floor.
I do a floor
How
lay.
about that? No, listen.
I mean, I've been laying on the floor what feels like the last
That's
2
true.
days.
You spend a lot of time on the floor. The floor is an important thing, not just to lay on, but also to look at, to walk on, to put your furniture on, and maybe your flooring isn't up to date. Maybe your flooring doesn't match the vibe of your home, right? That's a great comment, Jake. Empire Today is here with flooring professionals to help you out like these big box stores just refuse to do. The big box stores, they refuse to make it personal by doing an in-home estimate and installation as soon as the next day, showing you exactly why this specific flooring would work for you in your home at your price. They refuse to actually help you out and give you a lower price or even the lowest price you could possibly find. Plus, they're not going to give you $350 off. That's all Empire Today. Schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better off at home. PHNX listeners can receive a $350 off discount when using promo code PHNX. That's right, $350 off discount when using promo code PHNX. Restrictions apply. Visit EmpireToday/PHNX for full details.
From one partner that's going to save you money to another. Of course, we're talking about Circle K and their Inner Circle Rewards program. If you haven't signed up to be an Inner Circle member, I don't know what you're doing. It's a free membership program that helps you guys save money literally every single time you go to Circle K. It's super easy to get enrolled. Download the app, email, phone number, whole shebang, boom. Next time you pull up to the pump, you are going to save money. You're going to type in your phone number. And if it is one of your first 5 times that you're filling up, after signing up to be an Inner Circle member, you guys are going to save 25 cents per gallon on those first 5 fill-ups. And then every single day after that, you guys can save 3 cents per gallon as well. Not to mention, they have some other Inner Circle Rewards promotions going on. Right now, you can get a $1 medium iced coffee, literally $1. That's crazy. 2 for $13 when it comes to certain specific fountain drinks. And you can fuel up 5 times and save 50 cents per gallon with some of the promotions that they have going on at Circle K. Make sure you're joining Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Look, we started off today's show. We had Sean DePaz, former host of the PHNX Sun Devils show, in the chat. And Sean was a part of many, many great moments in PHNX Sun Devils history.
The blueberry.
The blueberry was a great one.
Pearl Harbor. Yeah,
I forgot about that. What else? The dudes and the fellas that beat ASU.
Yeah, that McDonald's shift leads.
Yeah, the McDonald's shift leads that sent Herm packing. But maybe this one was his absolute best.
I think this is your best.
You think this is my best moment?
You know what? This is your worst.
Now give me Juneteenth.
God, that's no. I veto it. You can't take my holiday. You can't. No, I just did. That's crazy. I have the. I am gonna walk out. That is
Listen, you drafted Easter before you drafted Juneteenth.
What are you doing?
You drafted Easter before Juneteenth, bro.
Colonizer, you can't take our holiday. You can't take our holiday.
You drafted Easter.
Oh my God!
You had every opportunity. No. You had every.
We finally get our own
holiday.
We finally get our own holiday, and Totri comes in here and decides to colonize that for me too.
You had every. I'm gonna leave that holiday on the board for you.
You should. Reparations.
No.
That's crazy.
No, it's crazy you didn't draft it sooner.
I didn't think you'd have the nerve.
Oh, well, I do. Here you go.
Unmitigated gall to draft that holiday.
You know what we call that?
That's crazy.
Unlucky.
White people stealing the holiday too. Nothing is sacred. Exactly, Josh. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred. What are you going to draft Martin Luther King Day next?
Well, let's see. Are you going to miss and not draft it?
Oh my God, Toties!
Yeah.
I mean, that's peak Totri.
I mean, you can't tell me.
That's peak Totri.
Look, there's one thing that's always true about me, okay? And that is, if we are doing a snake draft and somebody leaves something on the board that I feel is awesome, then I'm going to do it. Clearly that day, Sean valued Easter. I value Juneteenth. I just don't know any other way to put it. I will not be criminalized for drafting that holiday. I refuse. So in honor of Juneteenth, we are going to be drafting holidays yet again. And I believe, Rubus, you get to pick where you would like to,
and why is that?
Go. Because you won the numbers draft.
What?
I'm not going to say it twice. You know what you did. You can pick. And then Shane, the deli man, will get to pick where he would like to go after that. Sound like a fair deal?
Sure.
So where would you like to draft?
I'd like to go first.
You want to go 1-1 here?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll allow you to go 1-1. Deli man, do you have any idea where you would like to?
I'll answer for him. He'll go third.
Deliman, you're going to go third in the snake
Deliman's
draft?
going to go third.
Okay, Deliman's going to go third.
I got you, BB. Don't worry.
It's crazy, Jake. Without further ado, in the second holiday draft, Erik Ruby, you are on the clock.
I was waiting for it. Now, there would be an extremely funny pick here.
That would be crazy.
That would be a really funny pick. I'm going to let you handle that one, boss man.
Yeah.
I got two contenders, and I know neither one of them are going to be coming back to me on the back end. I'm choosing between Christmas and Thanksgiving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think if you were to ask Erik like 5 years ago, I think he would have said Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the more and more Thanksgivings that you go to, the more and more you're like, there's nothing better than looking forward to just all that food.
Yeah.
All that food.
It's a great food day.
All that football leading up into
How
the
about
weekend.
this? How about all the thanks you can give?
No.
You know?
No. See, Thanksgiving is just about what I get. No, you're right. Spending you get to spend time with family, and you get to have this big meal.
It's a great pick, generational hater.
I'm going to take Thanksgiving. I would take Aaron Holiday. Damn it, drafting Drew Holiday would have been so funny.
Drafting Drew Holiday would have been great.
It's so funny. I can't though because yeah. We're not allowed to draft birthdays because we're not allowed to draft birthdays because it has to be sorry, Shane is cycling through some of the answers that we used to have.
That's not why I'm laughing.
Oh, that's not why you're laughing?
Yeah, never mind. Continue. Just Totri, what are you picking?
We can't pick birthdays.
I'm gonna pick Christmas here. I think Christmas was the 1-1 pick.
Yeah. What are you doing, Erik?
No,
I love Thanksgiving. I think in terms of voting, I think Christmas is 1-1.
Thanksgiving's so overrated.
I disagree.
Whoa!
I disagree.
The food is.
I disagree.
The food is so mid.
Oh my.
Well, that depends on the Thanksgiving you're going to, pal.
Yeah.
Stuffing is great.
Stuffing is great. Mac and cheese is great.
Mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving dish.
I have it at every
I
Thanksgiving.
know. I mean, so do I. But it's not like a.
Where
I've done this so
going?
many times.
Where are you going here?
What?
You're up.
Oh yeah, Asia.
What?
You said you're up. I didn't think this far ahead after these two.
You thought you were getting one of these?
I thought there was a chance. I'm gonna go with my favorite holiday, and that's Halloween.
Halloween, okay.
I think those are.
I thought you were going with McConaughey there on the back end.
I think those are clearly the top three.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's
I'm not personally a big Halloween guy. I think it's a little overrated, but I know that Shane really, really likes his costumes.
Not only my costumes,
and his candy.
I love sweet treats. I love shenanigans. I love scary movies. They're like my favorite thing. So Halloween would have probably been my 1-1. That's why I wanted to take 3 instead of 2, just hoping one of those fell. But I will be fine with a holiday that is close to my birthday.
Damn.
And that is the 4th of July.
Yeah. See, this is where I feel like it's wide open here.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of tiers here.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is a tough one, man. Because I could go a bunch of different ways. I am gonna. You know what? I'm sticking. Man, where do I go here? Give me Memorial Day.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Memorial Day.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Memorial Day.
There's definitely a pick that I didn't expect.
Excuse
to see
me?
on the
Give
other
me
side.
Memorial Day.
What do you do on Memorial Day? Grill?
All sorts of stuff.
Dude.
It's pretty much 4th of July 2.0.
No, it's not.
It is.
No,
it
it's
really
not.
is.
You know why, Totri?
Tell me why.
Because it's always on a Monday.
Well, do you have the day off? Yes, you do.
Not I.
I'm pretty sure we get Memorial Day
Now
off.
we do.
Now we do. We did when we did this first holiday draft. We didn't, but now we do. What do you take it, Rubus?
New Year's Eve.
Most overrated holiday ever.
Yeah. See, I drafted New Year's Eve last time in this draft, and they tried to cook me.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I will say,
New Year's Eve.
Appropriate time to pick it.
New Year's Eve.
Guys, they can't see what I'm typing right now. Can you stop?
New Year's Eve.
You guys are so annoying.
Now, can I take Christmas?
Wait, no, shut up. Just, okay? We're going to overtime. Oh, apparently not.
Oh my gosh! For everybody listening on or watching on YouTube. The party always continues.
really
Watching on
PHNX.com.
It's fine.
TV, yes.
I mean, he told me to shut up for no reason. That's
Well,
crazy.
I know.
Okay.
Well, no, I told you to shut up because you were.
Can I take Christmas Eve?
Is Christmas Eve a holiday?
Is it? Like,
If he
I
can
don't
take
know. Like,
Christmas Eve, then I can take
I don't
what
even-
I wanted to take earlier.
No.
Yes, one of those.
No.
Not Christmas Eve is not considered a national holiday.
I'm on
Let's
the list
see.
of holidays and it.
It's not a federal holiday.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're only going with federal holidays. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Is it? I just don't think it's a holiday. Like
I think it is a holiday, but if that is going to be considered a holiday, then I think
Christmas
I should be
Eve
able
is
to draft what I want.
generally not a public holiday.
that's fine. I think it's a borderline
But-
thing.
but
I
we
don't
can
think I don't
take-
think it's for sure.
I would allow it.
I don't even know if that's what I would draft here, but I am curious.
If we're allowing that, then I think I
Well,
should be
no.
able to
Okay, if
draft
that's
what I
the
want.
line, then we're not allowing it.
No, then we're not allowing it.
Okay, then that's fine. We're not allowing it. Give me Hanukkah. I get
That's-
11 days.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Do you? Do you specifically take 11 days?
Well, what? I can't.
You
it's
get
the
11.
whole
Wait,
thing.
you get 11 days.
Well,
So you're taking the holiday. You're
I'm
colonizing.
colonizing Hanukkah.
Leah.
You got me.
And Max.
Well, I don't really care about Max.
Yeah, give me Hanukkah.
Okay. Back to me here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a.
It's only on the
there's
screen.
A layup.
I'm gonna do it twice. Give me Juneteenth. I'm gonna take the holiday. I'm gonna do it here.
Can I get a spell check?
On Hanukkah.
Got it. Never mind. Juneteenth, right now.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Is this where you took it last
I
year?
think so.
Or last
I
time?
think it is.
That was
I think
3
it is.
years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God!
I'm
There's
taking
a
it.
great pick that's still on the board.
What do you want, Max? We're drafting the holidays again.
Thanks, man.
You know what he said? He said, I get 11 days.
As in,
I get it. That's what he said.
As in, I'm drafting it.
Wow. A rifle there. All right, Shane. Also, I appreciate the... I'm not getting destroyed here.
Totri, I
this
can't
pick.
believe you missed this. And this is definitely what you were talking about. Oh, I did St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that a national holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts, man. It's a holiday. It doesn't have to be a recognized federal holiday. It's a holiday.
Gosh.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
that's
bad.
There's one more. There's one more. I think.
Why
that
is it bad, Shane? Why is it bad that I drafted that holiday?
Because St. Patrick's Day is way more fun than Juneteenth.
I think it's probably, you know what?
Totri,
Never
Totri,
mind, never mind.
Totri. Look at me.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I think it depends who you ask.
Jorker.
I think it depends who you ask. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. There are preferences, and I know who you are as a person. You're a good friend of mine. I know for a fact you enjoy St. Patrick's Day more than you enjoy Juneteenth.
I don't know.
No, because you
You don't know what I got planned the rest of the day.
you said this 3 years ago.
Yeah, and you didn't know what I had planned then either.
You did nothing.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
No,
Yes,
there
I
are
do.
plenty of parades and things going on. There are plenty of things going on.
Okay.
You can't tell me they're not.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god.
Shane, what's your next pick?
Oops, I have 4th of July again. Didn't mean to do that.
You trying to take the 5th of July?
Yeah. Let me just take my birthday. Should I do something crazy?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I'm going to I think I can get that later. What are you looking at, Totri?
Nothing.
What are you doing, buddy?
Nothing.
Just
man.
waiting in anticipation, brother.
I will take. I don't really like this holiday though. But it could get me some votes. Christians, where you at? Let me get Easter.
Yeah. Let me hear my Christians in the house. Let me hear
Christian,
Easter.
Christian roll call in the chat.
Easters.
Can I get an amen?
Multiple Easters.
I get a hallelujah in the back.
Yeah, I drafted every Easter. Easters.
I'll take all the Easters. All right, Totri, you're up.
Back to me here. Huh?
Back to you.
Is April Fool's Day a national holiday?
I mean, I feel like that's everyone's least favorite.
Yeah, it's like no. Go ahead.
I'm
Take
not
April
gonna-
Fool's
I'm
Day.
not gonna take
dude,
that
No,
day.
please.
I'm gonna
April
take-
Fool's. So Totri got April Fool's Day.
No. Gosh. Give me MLK Day.
Oh, I wanted that for the basketball.
What, Shane?
Dude, I can't believe you. I seriously can't.
We're gonna tweet this.
Chat. Look at him.
What?
He just drafted MLK Day. Look at him.
Yeah, I'm good. I like my draft. I don't know why you dislike my draft, Shane.
It's not a dislike.
It sounds like it.
Not a dislike.
Sounds like you don't like any of the days that I'm drafting.
Not a dislike.
That's what it sounds like, man.
You're just, I know who you are.
You're just a troll.
Yeah.
How am I trolling?
It's the way that you're doing it. You're standing there with your hands above your head. You're like,
my stomach hurts.
All right, Erik, last two. Wrap it up.
Give me Cinco de Mayo.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
that's a great pick.
That's
You
one
guys
that...
are obsessed with drinking. That's what it is. You guys are alcoholics.
Totri. Why does your stomach hurt all the time?
It has nothing to do with alcohol.
Yeah, it does. It has everything to do with alcohol. You're drinking a bunch of cheese drinks.
Come
on, Erik.
What do you mean, come on, Erik?
I know what you should draft right now.
You do?
Yeah.
What should I draft?
Nothing. Keep going.
No, tell me.
Go ahead.
I'll take International Women's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Should I
Shout
go
out
here?
to LeBron. Yeah, I think you should.
Are you gonna draft what I think you're gonna draft?
I don't think you
Who,
should
me?
draft that.
Yes.
Totri.
I don't. Huh?
I don't think you should draft that. As your friend, I don't think you should draft
I'm gonna go ahead and give me.
I can't wait to find out what you just showed him.
Man, my big board here is not very deep. Man.
Take your time. We're good. We got time.
Give me
I have, like,
Father's
no
Day.
time.
Give me Father's Day.
Okay.
I always have a good time on Father's Day. I had a great time last Father's Day.
What'd you do?
I went golfing.
Nice.
Yeah, great day.
Father's Day is a good one.
Yeah. I think I got a bunch of slack for drafting Mother's Day last time. So that nobody liked my holidays that I drafted last time. Here comes Derek.
What the hell are you
What,
doing?
dude?
What are you doing?
What?
You know exactly what you're
What?
doing.
No, dude, I don't. I don't know why everybody has such a big deal with this. I really don't. I get crap for that. But never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
You're gonna keep your mouth shut?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Dude, what is happening with
I
this
don't know.
thing?
You're
There's
struggling
some weird
now.
stuff going on
You're struggling big
production-wise.
time.
So what are you taking?
Father's Day.
Father's Day. Shane, what are you taking?
Well, hold on. I have to figure this out.
By the way, we did not raise $1,000.
No.
I
All right.
got deleted
The board's not working, so we'll figure that out after the show. We got a weird glitch going on, guys. Sorry. So you took Father's Day. Okay, so there's a couple on the board right now.
Look at the chat show. It says, I have so many thoughts.
I was thinking about taking Valentine's Day.
I should have
Oh,
drafted
and that's
Drew
what-
Holiday.
that's
I
what
didn't
I think-
about that as
and
a
that-
bad. I didn't even think about
And
that
that's
as a
what I was
holiday.
thinking you should have taken
I should have drafted
for
Drew.
Definitely.
for Pookie.
Definitely for Pookie. Hi, Pookie. She's in chat.
Mother's Day. I know that's why I said it. Mother's Day is great. But I'm also thinking maybe Election Day.
That's crazy, Sean. Election Day, I almost drafted it, but it's literally the most divisive day in every 4 years.
Let's go Valentine's Day as my final pick. I'm gonna be real, guys. If I don't win, something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
Sean is saying cancel Shane.
Cancel
over
me.
and over again. Said, whoa.
Sean
Cancel
with
Shane.
an all-time comment says they haven't acknowledged a single one of my comments. Keeping down black voices. This is Sean DePause.
This is the pause. Okay.
This is the pause here.
Sorry, Sean. We had Sean goes January 6th.
Okay, do we want to just recap here?
Yeah, the comments were turned off, so we didn't see them.
Emily, I wanted to draft Super Bowl Sunday. I really did. I had a conversation with these two clowns prior to the show, and they told me that it is not a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
So they didn't let me draft that. So that is that.
All-time draft.
Sean, what are your thoughts? I'm curious. I want to make sure you're heard. If you have any thoughts on
We can
this
let him
draft.
call in. I'm sure he has the link.
Yeah, Sean, if you want to call in.
What did you take?
Me?
Yeah.
Father's Day. Do you guys just hate your dads? Is that what it is? You asked me 8 times what I drafted.
I think it was just me because I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah,
Just you? You hate your dad? Is that what it is?
I want it on the record. I do not hate my dad.
You do not hate your dad. Okay.
I want that on the record.
Yeah.
So Father's Day, and
I should have drafted Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday
Drew
should have.
Holiday would have been
Drew
a great
Holiday
pick.
should have been drafted.
Just in all of this, just Drew.
Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn's a great place.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No free ads.
No
Stop
free ads.
it.
Okay.
No free ads for Drew Holiday either.
What? What, Max? What?
We need to wrap.
I'm
this up.
tired of your crap.
If you want to vote for this snake draft, you could do it at PHNX Sun
Right,
Devils.
Sean? Tell me that's not crazy. I'm not going to read that, but tell me that's not
that's
crazy.
crazy.
That
That's
is crazy that you
That
said
was
that.
crazy.
No, I heard that too, and
That was crazy.
I wanted to say something so bad, but pointing it out would have made it that a lot worse.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then I would have looked like
Yeah,
the
that was
bad
bad.
guy.
That was bad.
Sean says I forgot why I canceled Shane. We can discuss this later.
Canceling Shane.
I think-
Oh, God.
I think he was trying to cancel me because I was questioning your draft choices.
My intentions.
Yeah, which I know your intentions.
You
and
don't. You do not.
Yes, I do.
I'm done. I'm done. You close the show.
Man,
I'm
this
done.
show should have
I'm
ended
over
about
it.
20 minutes ago. But you can follow us at PHNX Sun Devils. Please don't cancel any of us. We appreciate all of you. Please donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. Woo! Make sure you
$1.
Make sure you donate to them. We have raised over $11,000 across all of ALLCITY. You can follow Totri at Anthony_Totri. You can follow me at ERIKRUKBY. And you can follow Shane at Shane Dief.
Just assuming what Totri likes as always.
Go Devils. And peace.